we'd broken up because he really, really wanted to be married. And he was dating my best friend. And they're going steady. 6 weeks after that, they're engaged. 6 months after that, they're married. Within a year, of course, they were divorced. We know, and I'm thankful for the commitment that we know marriage is. We know that it's got to be something more than just an act. It's not temporary. It's just like accepting the Lord. It's forever. It's not a game. I'm thankful that my parents taught me about commitment. And I'm very thankful that when people can't make that commitment forever, that they know they need to call an end to it. Because they have to be honest with themselves too. And if it's going to be dangerous, if it's going to be destructive, if it pulls away from their spirit, and they cannot be with that person, they know, and they're brave enough, and they've talked to God, and they've made peace with God. Because in the Bible it tells us that it doesn't say divorce is a sin. It says God doesn't like divorce because what it does to the children. And we know that he knows there are times when those kinds of things are necessary. So you have to have that commitment to God too. And so I thank God for that commitment. He has blessed me in understanding that those commitments are critical. So I put 3 in for that one. When I went to college and I graduated from college and was fortunate enough to get a job, that was in the 70s when there weren't teaching jobs. So I appreciate that blessing. Being a single person, there wasn't a lot of time because I was coaching and teaching and officiating. There wasn't a lot of time for anything except church on Sundays. And the kids used to argue about which church I was supposed to go to. And being single in a brand new town in northern Missouri, I tried a few of them out. First time I'd ever been to a Southern Baptist church. Very fun. Very fun. And seeing those kids in school, also in the church pews, was even more fun. It really lit my fire for the Lord. And I started to understand what a profound difference being single and being in church made. I didn't have any idea that I was making an impression on somebody else. But some of those kids still write me letters, and they're still telling me about their kids. And I still get Christmas cards and pictures. And I love that part of being in Christ's family. I can't begin to think of what my mother was thinking when I went to college, because I went to a college sponsored by a church that is considered a cult. So the first time I came home from college, she said, "Well, have they converted you yet?" It never occurred to me that she was afraid for me losing my faith in my church. I said, "Mom, still the same God." And I think at that point she started to relax a little bit and knew that all of those discussions I called home and told her about, because we talked till 3 and 4 in the morning, they were trying to help me understand their perspective, and they had 3 books, the Doctrine and Covenants, the Book of Mormon, and the Bible. And I kept asking them, "Why do you need 3 books? What's wrong with just one?" And they'd try to help me see the light. And I tried to show them the light. So it was fun because God made me stronger, and I appreciate that blessing. I also appreciate the fact that I had friendships there that still last, and that they saw me and accepted me for my differences, and that even though it was closed communion, and I chose to go downtown then to the church down there so I could have communion, that they still loved me for my differences. Now, my cup's getting full here. I've had a lot of blessings. But probably the most important blessings are my children, my husband, and my children. I love my husband, and I love my children. So I have to put 3 of these in. 4 total. Now, I got a little room left, okay? Lots of room. So the spaces between, we could fill up with all of these little rocks, right? And you think, well, when you got this many blessings, don't you have enough? Aren't we done yet? No. Because what fits in addition to all of those tiny blessings? What are the tinier things that happen to us every single day? We've got sunshine, we've got fresh air, we've got our health, all of those things. We need to make sure that we take time, we spend this time every moment of every day with God. We don't forget him. We don't leave him out of anything. He's a part of every moment of our lives. Even when those kids are giving me a hard time and really trying to give me the raspberries in the classroom, I just kind of look at them and I try to figure out, where's God hiding in there? I know there's a diamond in the rough sitting in that seat. We know that those kids come from the love of God. We know that those two parents who loved one another enough to bring that child into the world loves them so much harder when they're trying to be that individual and try to become their own little being. But we also know that sometimes we can get caught up in some of the things in life. And we know that the most important things in life aren't things. That the blessings that we have, while they might be overflowing, there's still room for a lot more, right? So where does it come from? The Lord. He's every part of us, throughout and surrounding every single blessing. He is a part inside and outside, and always will be. And we have to keep him there. So how much time do you spend with God daily? I hope all of it. I've got a little DVD I'd like you to see. And some of you have seen it before, but Stephanie's going to turn it on, and I want you to keep this in mind every moment of every day. Thank you.